The city of San Francisco delivers alcohol, tobacco, and weed to addicts quarantined in hotel rooms. The pandemic shuts down Nepal's Himalayan Viagra harvest. And Turkish officials reportedly ordered children to stop drawing rainbows, claiming it would turn them gay. These are the weird stories for Thursday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian. I'm happy to be here, JONESY, getting my comedy on, maybe teaching you something about the world. Let's do it.
You're listening to Weird AF News with JONESY.
San Francisco delivers alcohol, tobacco, and weed to addicts quarantined in hotels. San Francisco is using private donations to deliver some alcohol, tobacco, and medical marijuana to a few dozen people dealing with addiction as they isolate or quarantine in city-leased hotel rooms during the pandemic, officials announced. There are about 270 of these people. Most of them are homeless. They're staying in hotels to recover from COVID-19 or to wait out possible exposure to the virus. Nearly a dozen people have received alcohol, and more than 24 have received tobacco. Who's getting the weed, man? Is everybody getting weed too? I want to check into this hotel room and get my free alcohol, tobacco, and weed care package. This sounds like a lovely way to make a living during the COVID. It's like a great way to spend your isolation. Why not? It beats staying in that haunted house in Indonesia, I got to tell you right now. The city officials say that private donations pay for these items. Well, I hope that the people that are making these donations realize where the money's going. I find it hard to believe that they all knew. Please help the homeless. Yes, I'll give you some money. What are you going to do with that? We're going to put them up in hotels. Oh, okay, that sounds great. Anything else? Sure, we're going to offer them a menu of chemicals to keep them occupied. We're going to keep them highly medicated with your generous private donation. The private donations pay for the items that help manage nicotine, opioid, and alcohol cravings. Yeah, I guess these items would manage those. It ensures that recovering people don't go out and possibly infect others. Oh, you want to make sure they don't leave the hotel, so you give them weed, tobacco, and alcohol. How about you just hire a security guard and put that person at the front door to make sure they don't go out and infect others? Is that like an impossible thing to wrap your head around, city of San Francisco? I don't get this at all. I really don't. San Francisco's public health director said that the harm reduction approach is widespread and based on decades of sound public health policy. Our focus needs to be on supporting them, he said, of these people who are isolating under quarantine. I find it hard to believe this is based on decades of sound public health policy. This sounds it's based on unsound public health policy. I can't imagine any other city doing something like this. For people experiencing alcohol withdrawal, the Department of Public Health calculates the minimum amount needed and delivers them with meals. This is an amazing vacation. Oh man, sign me up for this. I'll tell you what I need. My minimum amount of alcohol to, keep me from withdrawals is 3 bottles of sake a day. I think that's let's just start there. Along with my meals, of course. The department also facilitates delivery of medication for people trying to kick heroin. The department does not help procure recreational marijuana. No, they don't give you recreational marijuana. It's medical marijuana, of course. Would you like some marijuana? Yeah, but just for fun. No, sorry. We can only give it to you if it's medicated. Oh, well then in that case I need some for my glaucoma. Yeah, do you remember I had that in the application? Send that on over. I'm having a hard time sleeping. I need that medical marijuana. Send that over. What a great living this is. My goodness. And, I can understand trying to kick heroin, but I don't know anybody trying to kick marijuana. I mean, it's not quite the same. You don't need frequent deliveries of marijuana to wean you off it. It's this is ridiculous. Wow, man. Is this really helping people? I find it hard to believe. Look, I'm not trying to make fun of drug addicts. I'm making fun of the city for coming up with this solution. I don't think this is helping. I mean, you're paid to be a professional health management team, I'd imagine. This is the best that you got? Really? I could have came up with this, and still it would have been terrible. This is the sort of solution that if you asked these people staying at the hotel to come up with something, they would have came up with this. How about you guys just deliver all our alcohol and weed and tobacco? How about that? They'll never go for it, guys. Wow, you went for it? Unbelievable. Yeah, here's my room number. See me at dinner. I'm gonna need pounds of marijuana and bottles of booze, and don't forget that tobacco. I mean, I love it. I can't even get unemployment from my from the state of California. But if I was living in San Francisco, apparently everything can be provided for me. I should get the hell out of LA. I really think so. I'm in the wrong city. But let me take this moment to thank my fellow weirdos and supporters of me and Weird AF News who have sent me care packages. I've received some coffee and some medical marijuana. So yeah, and some snacks. So yeah, it's been wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for supporting me. I really appreciated those gifts. And if you find it in your heart that you'd like to send me something, please reach out to me, funnyjones@gmail.com, and I will give you my address. Also, if you have a take on this story, perhaps you don't agree with me, call 646-450-2012. I'd love to hear from somebody living in San Francisco about this, a citizen of the city. The Himalayan Viagra harvest has been shut down. Oh no, the pandemic has taken away our Himalayan Viagra. This lucrative annual trek to harvest a caterpillar fungus, nicknamed Himalayan Viagra, which can fetch 3 times the price of gold, will be banned amid the coronavirus lockdown. Yachagumba, which means summer plant, winter insect in Tibetan, is found for a few weeks above 3,500 meters, which is 11,000 plus feet. And it forms when the parasitic fungus lodges itself in a caterpillar, slowly killing it. Ooh, this is strange. Harvesting the cone-shaped Ophiocordyceps sinensis. Did I get that? It's highly profitable anyways, harvesting this thing. And every spring, houses and schools empty as thousands of villagers make the sometimes perilous journey up into the mountain to collect these. But officials say the restrictions imposed by Nepal's nationwide lockdown meant harvesting the fungus would be banned this year. Many districts have already prohibited collectors. This is very sad. Many Himalayan communities are financially dependent on collecting this Viagra and selling this fungus, with some earning most of their yearly income from a few weeks of harvesting that usually begins in early to mid-April. My goodness, what about the rest of us, though, that need this Viagra? What about us? We're going to suffer as well. Especially, if you're quarantined with your significant other and weeks and weeks and weeks have gone by and you're growing less and less sexually attracted to this individual. You need a little pick-me-up, you know what I'm saying? You need a little something to get that edge back, you know what I mean? This fungus is very popular. People in China and Nepal have in the past been killed in clashes over this elusive fungus. Apparently you boil it in water to make tea, or you add it to soups and stews. It is said to cure a variety of ailments from fatigue and cancer, but it's also known as a very, very potent aphrodisiac and as a treatment for hyposexuality. And the price for this is up to $50,000 per pound. My goodness. Well, you got to get this Himalayan Viagra out of there and off the mountain. I mean, the people need it to make their money, and the other people need it to, make their honey happy. You know what I'm saying? Can't they make some sort of harvest robots that they can send over there? Maybe some drones to go remove this fungus and get it to the world? Some of the interesting facts about this elusive caterpillar fungus, in addition to the many purported health benefits, including treating diabetes, jaundice, female aphrodisia, erectile dysfunction, malignant tumors, bronchial asthma. This thing is amazing. Also, its supply is in decline since trade was legalized in 2001. Harvesting it nets a pretty good salary, it says here. Harvesting the caterpillar fungus can net a salary of around $1,500, which is higher than the average per capita income from other activities for those in that area. Also, it may have caused Chinese athletes to drop out of the Olympics. In 2000, a Chinese coach and 6 of his athletes, as well as 27 total Chinese athletes, were removed from the Olympic team. Some of the players showed high levels of this substance, EPO, which aids endurance. Oh, those Chinese athletes and their Viagra, my goodness. Well, it does. I mean, it's a performance enhancement, natural chemical in many ways, apparently. I'd like to give this caterpillar fungus a try. Anybody living in Nepal get my podcast? Could you? I'm not going to ask that you make that trek though, but maybe you got some left over from last season. You could send me in a little care package. Maybe I mean I got nobody to enjoy it with right now, but I mean I could test it alone. You got to test these things, right? Wow, am I bored? Hey, it's better than peeing on myself and shooting a video of it. Really? You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. Turkish officials reportedly ordered children to stop drawing rainbows because they were afraid it would turn them gay. Officials in Turkey reportedly directed school principals to forbid the school children from drawing rainbows and displaying them in windows because they feared it was an effort by the LGBT community to turn children gay. Yes, you know those gay school principals. Wow, they're just trying to turn everybody gay. Draw those rainbows, kids. I'm going to teach you some burlesque moves. This is ridiculous. According to the media, the Istanbul Museum of Modern Art called on school children who were forced out of classrooms due to COVID-19 to draw some rainbows and attach them to the windows in order to show the miracle of nature and to instill hope during the ongoing pandemic, according to the museum. That makes sense. Why not draw some rainbows to instill hope? Maybe the children are so young that they're incapable of writing phrases of hope. That's pretty common. So why not have them draw some sun and clouds and rainbows, things that through their imagery can instill hope. That seems reasonable to me. Well, a teachers' trade union said that local education leaders told school principals to forbid the children from participating in the museum's project, arguing that drawing the rainbows was a ploy to turn the children gay. What kind of teachers' trade union is this? The incident was the latest in Turkish officials using the ongoing pandemic to continue its anti-LGBT messaging. What is with you, Turkey, and your anti-LGBT messaging? I had no idea about this. Why is this the first I'm hearing of it? During a sermon delivered the end of April during the holy month of Ramadan, Eli Erbas, the leader of Turkey's religious affairs, said that Islam condemns both adultery and homosexuality because they bring disease and corrupt generations. And by the way, we hate rainbows. Oh, yes, here we go. The problem is these Islamic countries. They're just so they think it's the year is 1612 for some reason. Do you guys believe in witchcraft as well? Are you Rainbows will make you gay. Don't even look at it. I swear my cousin Steve kissed a boy and he turned into a goat. I swear I saw it with my own eyes. This guy also said that hundreds of thousands of people are exposed to HIV every year as a result of homosexuality. So I guess I need to change what I said earlier. They're not living in the 1600s. They're living in the 80s, the 1980s, when AIDS was blamed on the gay community. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, Turkey. Come and let's fight together to protect people from such evil, this guy Erbas said. According to Human Rights Watch, a prosecutor's office in the nation's capital city of Ankara opened a criminal investigation into the Ankara Bar Association after it filed a complaint against Erbas's anti-LGBT remarks. It claimed the Bar Association had insulted the religious values adopted by a part of the public in filing its complaint. The president defended Erbas's remarks, calling any attacks of Erbas attacks on the state. Oh boy. Turkey has prohibited LGBT events, including the annual Pride Parade in Istanbul, since 2015. And students from the Middle East Technical University in Ankara are currently on trial for organizing a campus Pride Parade last year. Oh boy, this is a country where they'd rather you have the COVID-19 than actually be gay. This is very, very sad, and it's it's just it's a shame that there's remnants of this old school stupid brain activity still going on in the modern world. It's just it's very sad. I mean, do you still believe in the chupacabra as well, Turkey? I mean, really. And I mean, think of the poor children who all they were trying to do was draw a rainbow so that people would, keep their head up during a terrible time in our history, the pandemic. They're just trying to buck everybody up with a little drawing. Next thing you know, a finger's pointed at them and saying, "You're gay." I mean, it's like, wow. Hey, everybody, the Turkish children, the Turkish LGBT community, come to America. We embrace you. You can draw your rainbows and put them in windows. I like to see rainbows. They make me feel good about myself. And Turkish women are beautiful. Please come to the United States. I don't care if you're gay or not. Just come. Come, draw some rainbows. Let's hang out and drink some very strong coffee together and draw rainbows. If you like podcasts, check out Spotify. You can listen to all your favorite artists and podcasts in one place for free. You don't even need a premium account. Spotify has a huge selection of podcasts on every topic, including this one that you're listening to right now. And you can easily share what you're listening to with friends on Instagram as well. So download the Spotify app, search for your favorite podcast, and also make sure to follow Weird AF News and never miss an episode. Yes, download Spotify and make your life easier. Hi. Yay! We got our own thing. What's up, weirdos? This is Jonesy. I got a great customer review on the Apple Podcast. This is iTunes. Someone left me a nice iTunes review. 5 stars. Ooh, yeah. I like 5 stars. Better than 4 stars. Miguel Alejandro Art wrote, "The best news source. No other news matters other than Weird AF News. Hope to someday watch his comic routine." Oh, you hope to watch my comic routine? Well, you can if you join the Patreon. You can download. Well, I guess you can't watch it because you download and you listen to my album. But I could send you a link to watch my comic routine. Until I do it live, it's all I got is videos and my album that you can download. Someday, though, I'll be coming to your area, whoever you are, Miguel Alejandro Art. I don't know where you are, but thank you so much for your review. I got 4.9 out of 5 ratings on Apple Podcasts. That's pretty sweet. So if you guys want to help out the show, go on there and give me 5 stars, baby. That's how we say it in Boston. Hey, I don't know what you're doing, but go get out of your car and go give me a goddamn 5-star rating on iTunes. Give me a good customer review, huh? What's wrong with you? What are you, farting around all day? Just give me a friggin' review. I just love flexing my Boston accent. Also, I could use Amazon reviews, too, because on there I only have 3.8, because people just really can't stand me on there. I don't know why. Amazon customers are much different than the iTunes people. They're they're hard to please, apparently. They want everything delivered quickly. They're very good at leaving bad reviews, the people in the Amazon. So I want to thank everybody who's ever left me a review. Please do so. It's very helpful. Also, it's very helpful to spread Weird AF News if you just tell a friend about it. Say, hey, man, don't you want to hear something weird? Some weird news? It's better than mainstream news. That'll make you depressed, that shit. Check this out. Jonesy does this best. He records in a closet. Support the guy. What's wrong with you? He's sweating his balls off in a closet recording this friggin' thing. Support me through Patreon as well. patreon.com/weirdafnews, where today I'm going to be posting a link to something that you can watch for free that's very entertaining, because once a week I want to give you guys something fun, funny, weird to watch or read or listen to help you with your isolation. I figured you could use some more entertainment, and I'm always scouring the web for weird entertainment. I'm a huge fan of it. So in fact, if you want to send me a suggestion to listen to something, watch something weird, my email is funnyjones@gmail.com, so send that on over. But if you want some suggestions from me, the Patreon has it. In addition, it has other things like, my bonus episodes that I record with usually a funny friend, so that's pretty cool. Today I'm going to post some photos of a place that I went to that was surprisingly empty, and it looked very strange and weird and apocalyptic, so I'll put some photos and videos of that up there too. The Patreon is patreon.com/weirdafnews. So check it out and join the fun. We got a nice little crew on there. I don't know, 60 or 70 of us on there, enjoying some private conversations. You feel like you're part of a club, and you support Weird AF News, which is a good thing to do with your time and your money. Why not? What else did I want to say? Oh, yeah. So you can reach out to me. I left the phone number, my email. On social media, it's Funny Jones. So, yeah, on Instagram and Twitter, you can find me there. So send me a message if you'd like. Call the show if any of the stories kind of made you want to express yourself, your opinion. Maybe you got an opinion different than mine. I love to hear from all points of view, all walks of life. I'm open to having my mind changed. I don't like to go about my day-to-day existence thinking that I have all the answers. I don't think that's a good way to go about life. I think you should be open to expanding your awareness and changing your points of view. I think that's part of growing, and you're never too old to grow. Am I right, guys? I'm sorry to give you a TED talk at the end of this outro. Please reach out to me, and I hope you're safe and healthy, and I love you.